I haven't done a game collection, always shown all my games in a long time. So this is going to be my PS3 collection in 2024. Not a lot has changed over the years. I've only bought in 2 PS3 games since last year. And so let's get a look at them. Grand Theft Auto 5, PlayStation 3. A lot of people can easily forget, especially the younger people, that GTA 5 was a PS3, 7th-gen, and 360 game originally. But I've had so much good memories with this game. I played day one of every platform generation when this game came out. So even though I'm tired a bit, but it's always gonna hold a special place in my heart. And I met my best friends who is gonna be 10 years on the PS4 version this year. Yep, like this game, I met my best friends on this game. This game will always hold a special place in my heart. Red Dead Redemption, this game is legendary to me. So much good memories on it. Online, the story is still amazing to play to this day. Especially your perspectives change after you play Red Dead Redemption 2 second if you play this game first. Like, just an incredible game. Like, I'm really glad PlayStation players can finally play this game again. But too bad there's no multiplayer. But Undead Nightmare, I've always said enough over the years. It's just a fantastic, best DLC of all time, in my opinion. Like, I bought this game again on the 360 version, which was backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, and I beat it on the Series X as well, and Undead Nightmare. Just an incredible game, and I own it on the Switch, no matter how many times I buy it, or play it. This game's just legendary. It's a masterpiece. And this is the Game of the Year edition for PS3. Just good memories. Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, the buggiest version, which was broken on PS3, but I still remember playing it for the first time. It's still an incredible game, especially with the mods on PC, Xbox, and sometimes PlayStation, even though PlayStation doesn't allow external assets on PS4 or 5. I still remember getting this game on my birthday for the first time originally in 2012, and I've been playing Skyrim ever since, and I still love it to this day, even though there's better versions to play it on now. But just an incredible game. I still remember defeating my first dragon, absorbing its soul, getting married for the first time, and I still remember having to. Well, I got Skyrim in 2012 on November 9th, but I still remember, having to wait for the DLCs until they came out for PS3 for everyone in February. Good stuff. Just good stuff. And now 6 is in development, Elder Scrolls 6. But I don't know why, Bethesda always had issues programming for PlayStation consoles, and it shows even with the PlayStation 4 and 5 versions. They always had issues. Moving on, just if I had to pick my top 3 legendary games of all time from the 7th-gen era, it's this, Red Dead, and GTA 5. Just all legendary. Moving on. This makes me sad, that the last Call of Duty that felt like Call of Duty, and this was my first Call of Duty. Makes me sad this game's gonna be 11 years old now. I really love this game, I really do. Such a shame that it's never gonna get finished, the story. It had a really good emotional campaign, and it's just such a shame it will never get finished. It's pretty much dead now, this game in 2024, 11 years later. You can only find TDM, Can't find extinction modes or safeguard. Like, this game's pretty much dead now on every platform now. But it's still my favorite Call of Duty. It got me into the franchise. Black Ops 2. I remember getting this back in 2014. I think it was before Advanced Warfare came out, or after Advanced Warfare. I would have to check my trophies, but now that I finally played the campaign, which it's a really good single-player campaign with the choices they give, and now that I've played a good chunk of the multiplayer, even out of its prime. I played this game when it was still in its prime, after 2 years of being out, when Advanced Warfare was coming out. And I beat the campaign on the Xbox One, and I bought all the DLCs, and I really enjoyed the zombies. And to me, this is the second best Call of Duty in my opinion. Like, it's just incredible. Like, and you can still play it now that they fixed the servers, and there's still a good chunk, 1,000 to 2,000 players on every day. Mostly on the Xbox, because the PlayStation 3 doesn't have backwards compatibility with PS4 or Xbox One. Yep. I have the trilogy all in one package, but I do kind of miss when having them in separates, having their own cases. But I'm glad I got that trilogy. Call of Duty Black Ops 1. I think I remember accidentally confused it as a World War II game when I originally did a game collection video. But played the campaign. It is incredible. Best campaign set in Vietnam, and just an incredible multiplayer. Like, the music's great. Sam Worthington does a good job as Alex Mason. Played this like on the Xbox One, finished it, and bought all the DLCs, experienced it, played a good chunk of the multiplayer. I played it in 2013 on Christmas Day first, when I first got this game back. Oh god, that makes me sad. It's gonna be 11 Christmases ago. That just makes me sad. But yeah, got this for Christmas, played street missions and some of the multiplayer, and Xbox now is what I mostly play this game on. But still a good time. Modern Warfare 3, the weakest in the Modern Warfare trilogy in my opinion, but better than what we get nowadays. I got this, I don't exactly remember when I got this for the first time, but this was my last PS3 game I ever got physically until, which you'll see later. Don't have all the DLC, but finished the campaign. I've finished the entire trilogy on Xbox One. So yeah, and I still play it on Series X from time to time. I remember I gave this game a lot of crap because I was very young at the time. This was my first Battlefield, and yes, it was buggy, broken, but it had a really good World War III story campaign. And I still love it to this day, now that I finally finished it. Like, I wish I would have played more of this game in its prime instead of being just edgy, I guess. I remember I gave this game a 5.8 back in the day. I did finish it on PS4, I think last year or the year before. Either 2022 or 2023. One of those I did, but really good. Like, I took this game for granted. Like, this was the last modern day Battlefield for military. I took it for granted, this game. I still like Battlefield 1 and 5, even though I like Battlefield 3 better, which I played on the Series X with Game Pass, but Battlefield, it's hard to believe this game's going to be 11 years old. GTA 4, I remember back in the day I saw it was the worst GTA. I didn't play much of it because it got taken away when I first bought it in 2000. 12 because my mom didn't like how violent it was. Yes, my mom was like that. Still love her though, but this game, like after finishing it in all its DLCs on the Series X, like it's the second best GTA. It's the darkest GTA. It's an emotional GTA. The multiplayer is fun to play even to this day out of its prime. And I played some of it a week before GTA 5 was coming out when I rebought it. But I love this game. It's single player DLCs, Lost and Damned and Gay Tony. Such a good story, and it's backwards compatible on the Series X and Xbox One, but it's buggy on the last mission when you try to climb the helicopter on Series X since it runs at 60 frames. Just a good game. Like, hopefully we got a Switch port and PS4, PS5 players are able to play this game again. Standalone episodes of River City. This was the original version I ever got with Grand Theft Auto. Like, it wasn't Grand Theft Auto 4 first, but this is my first ever Grand Theft Auto, the standalone. This is the one that got taken away, and then I found it a couple years later. This was my first PS3 game in a long time. Last year, LA Noire. It's pretty decent. Like, it's its own thing. It's when Rockstar used to be creative and release new IPs almost every year and new games, but now they just monetize the hell out of GTA Online. And 6 will probably do the same, but I actually think it's a decent game. It's not perfect, but it's a decent game. Like, maybe I'll buy the DLCs for PS3, hopefully before the store shuts down. But yeah, just a good game, underrated Rockstar game. My first Dead Island game, when I did the story backwards, Dead Island Riptide. I reviewed it, and it's an okay game, but I still like it. Like, even playing it back in 2013, God, that makes me sad. 2013's 11 years ago, and this game's gonna be 11 years ago. God, it makes me sad. Even though Dead Island 2 is the best Dead Island when it comes to gameplay and stuff and not story, but still a good game, like, to this day. I don't know if it's still online on PS3, but I could be wrong. This game I had originally didn't like, but after playing the remastered and the remake, this game's not in my top 10 or 20 favorite games or top 5, but it's probably in my top 100. Like, I was being a shithead when I first played this game. Never really gave it a fair chance, but now I like it. It's a masterpiece. Like, not my favorite game, but Naughty Dog did a good job with this game. Really good job. Moving on. Avatar, the game. James Cameron's Avatar, the game. Really good prequel game. I'm enjoying it so far. And the gameplay's decent and still looks pretty good for a 7th-gen game. Avatar, the game. It really does still look good. And I'm going to finish it once I get my new PS3, once it's on its way. But this was my first PS3 game this year, and it's probably going to be my last ever PlayStation 3 game I ever buy. That's a 7th-gen game. Wish it was backwards compatible on the Series X. I would have got it, but it's not backwards compatible on the Series X, the 360 version. Neither is this. Probably never will. This game I bought so many times and I still love it, and I have the definitive edition. But this is my original Walking Dead. It doesn't include 400 days, but still great story to replay the bond between Wade and Clementine in a world gone mad. Like, still incredible. man, I'm feeling sad looking at how old these games are. And last, Sims 3, the console version. Pretty decent port, even though the PS3 couldn't handle what Sims 4 is like on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, but a really good console port. I actually own both the PS3 and 360 version, but a really decent port for being like a downgraded port, but still good. Not good as PC. But so yeah, that's my collection of PS3 in 2024.